Facebook Live. Yes, indeed. On 2 devices. That's right. That's how we do it here out here. Ah, sucky, sucky. Start there. Okay. All right, all right. Let's get them started, y'all. Y'all ready? All right, all right. What's up, boy? Wave to you, brother. All right. Bring them on camera. Oh, no, I'm not going to bring you on camera. Let's see. Get the theme song on here. Turn my mic on. The show. That's on. Up there. Oh. Those of us that indulge in or commit intellectual violence don't do so for the pleasure of mental masturbation or ego digging. We do so because we came from oppression. Good morning, brother Walker. Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye. I'm your third eye optometrist and host, Patrice Gibbs, right here on WHGE 95.3 FM, the education station. But I tell you, I'm glad this pandemic is over. I'm so sick of these masks. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to keep wearing it because I ain't no fool. Geez Louise, mine is tickly. Maybe I need a new mask. I don't know. But anyway, I'm here, and I'm ready to get it in. I'm going to start you out with some legal advice. Do not ever give, well, what's that? Oh, where we going here? Do not ever give a statement to the police. They will say, you can go home afterwards. No, you can't. No, that's the Central Park 5. That's how they jammed them up. Yeah. Oh, just tell us what happened here and stuff. You can go home. No, you can't. They will say they just want to help you. No, they don't. No, they don't. They will say you are not a suspect. If you sitting in the damn police station getting interviewed, you're a suspect. Stop talking. Don't say nothing. Lawyer up. The police are not your friend. Wow, how could you say that? The police protect and serve. Protect and serve who? Where you been? Damn race soldiers killing us hand over fist. They are not your friend. Don't get that mixed. Are you kidding me? Let me see what else I got there. Oh, you know I got my stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? Before I get to all this, oh, excuse me, with the camera over there. Where I got it. Of course, it's still Black History Month. Around here, of course, we don't wait till Black History Month to study, teach about, and learn about our history. I think it was Wednesday, I had a special show. I did a special Black History show Wednesday afternoon. I think it was around 1 o'clock. If you missed it, Go to the OpenEye YouTube channel and you can find it. It should be right there at the top. But of course, like I said, it's still being Black History Month, and wanting to recognize being a veteran. Of course, I talk about veterans' histories, and I did that to some extent on Wednesday when I did my special show. Yes, indeed. Wait a minute, y'all. Gotta get my ducks in a row here. Let me get some respect on here. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. The Open Eye, of course, is brought to you by the Delaware Center for Homeless Vets, builders and founders of the Pearl Center. Delaware Center for Homeless, the Pearl Center, in case you didn't know, is a veterans-specific apartment building. It's not a veterans, quote-unquote, home like a senior citizen's home or old folks' home or something. No, it is a veteran-specific apartment building where a lot of veterans live there and may not have a home if it weren't for DCHV. And it is a very comfortable place to live. I know because I live there. Delaware Center for Homeless Vets. Changing veterans' lives all over Delaware. All right. Put that up. Put that in.
Views and opinions expressed on Open Eye are those of the host, guests, and contributors.
All right. Earl Tate's watching. I don't know who else is. Did I come? Yeah, I got the mic off. Facebook Live friends, Nsoromma is in the building. Yeah. That's word. He brought me a new Mac. I can put that on because this one tickled.
I heard you say that.
Thank you, brother. On the case.
Views and opinions expressed on Open Eye are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors. They do not reflect the policy or position of WHGE 95.3 FM or our sponsor, the Delaware Center for Homeless Vets. Any content provided by Open Eye's hosts, guests, or contributors are theirs and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, company, or individual.
All right. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. Nsoromma in the building. Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning, man.
There's something with the mics here. Gonna need that noise again. I don't think it's coming over the air though.
Yeah, it is. I heard it coming down.
Oh, where? All right. I don't know if it's.
Try the red one.
Let me see. Try the red mic.
Cut that one on. See if it's down.
No, because it seemed like it was this one. Okay.
All right, gonna be just dealing with it right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they don't check it what we hear.
Right. I will complain to management about that. Like I said, I don't know if you caught it, brother. Did you catch my special Black History broadcast Wednesday?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
We got here, mother. Okay, that didn't come. You know what? I'm wondering if. Okay. Well, at any rate, Wednesday on our I did a Black History broadcast, and of course, being a veteran, one of the things I talked about was, some blacks in the military.
Right.
One group that it didn't bring up that a lot of us, should know about is the Harlem Hellfighters.
Okay.
They were the first black regiment that helped change the American public's opinion on African American soldiers and helped pave the way for future African American soldiers. They were the 369th Infantry, which was originally formed in 1913 as the 15th Infantry Regiment in the New York Army National Guard. The infantry was one of the first few Army regiments to have black officers, in addition to an all-black enlisted corps, and was one of the few black combat units during World War I. reflecting racial discrimination and segregation both in American society and within the Army. American expeditionary forces leadership avoided placing African American units alongside white Army units. As a result, General John J. Pershing, Black Jack Pershing as he was known, commander of the American Expeditionary Forces, assigned the 369th Infantry to attach with the Allied French Army. This is how racist they were, you know. Instead of fighting beside white Americans, they was like, you know what, we'll never fight with the French white dudes and not us. You know, it's not silly they were, man.
Wow.
You know, the 369th, nicknamed the Harlem Hellfighters, spent 191 days on the front line and earned a regimental French Silver Star and Streamer embroidered and more than 170 French medals during World War I. The 369th Infantry Regimental Band, under direction of Lieutenant James Reese York, is credited with introducing jazz music to European audiences. Yes, indeed. Harlem Hellfighters wasn't a joke.
Harlem Hellfighters.
Yeah,
but that was actually like the first time I actually heard of them. You know,
yeah.
like Black history. They actually. I think Black history should be taught as a curriculum.
Oh,
you know, in every college across the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just for the simple fact that they poisoned and dampened the history of, you know, the Black people to where you only think it's only 6 Black people that did something for our people.
You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
The millions of people that has came by, it's only 6 Black people that
they will even
shine. You know what I'm saying? So
you know,
that should be a mandatory class.
It should be.
And course.
It should be, you know, and it should be a mandatory class and course,
right, taught
by Black professors. Now you got, well, what you saying that white men can't?
No,
I'm
saying they should have the job.
Yeah.
They may not, some of them may not be better equipped or whatever, because education is education.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put this in a person's head. But in all, if I got somebody that look like me teaching me,
mm-hmm.
I believe a little more.
Right.
And I believe that they got a little more experience than, you know, the white guy that may be up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would rather see a Black historian teaching Black history.
Of course.
Because, you know, looking at a white guy do it, you already thinking how he know anything about
us.
Yeah, so
you
I
know?
mean, yeah. Most
and
definitely.
then when you get situations where, like for instance, at Howard University, the historic HBCU, Historical Black College University.
You always bring him up too.
Yeah, I damn sure do. They got that white professor down there who has informed his students that if any of them quote the great elder and teacher, one of my absolute favorites.
And I'm one of the realest to tell it the truth about
our history, right? Dr. John Henrik Clark.
Yeah.
If you quote him, it's an automatic fail in that class. They need to run his ass up out of Howard University. Thank you.
You tough one.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
I say they should mandatory teach Dr. Clark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's right.
Not only him, but all our great people, man.
All our great scholars.
The super great scholars. Martin was smart. Yeah,
yes.
He was all of that. He was the one that stepping up and revolutionized it. Mm-hmm. And everybody took eyes too. Mm-hmm. But it was way more people than Martin.
Of course. So, yeah.
I mean, you have to really realize that. And some of them people that was with Martin is still around now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we need to find them too and
push
them to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Doing what they do.
I mean,
you know, and that's so interesting because, you know, I'm thinking about what you said. You know, a lot of the people that were with Martin are still around.
Right.
One person being Andrew Young. Now, Andrew Young, you know, kudos to what you did for standing beside Martin, and Martin was your best friend. But Andrew, why is it that you are not the angriest black man in America?
At America.
At America.
Right.
They killed your boy. Me and Nsoromma, we go back 30 years.
Yeah.
Me and Nsoromma go back 30 years. If these race soldiers was to do something to my boy Nsoromma, they would have to contain my ass.
Right. I mean,
Because I'm coming for you.
Especially if I know you ain't a bad guy.
Right.
I know there ain't no reason for them to run up on you and do whatever it is they do, billy club, shoot you, I mean, treat you aggressively. That is wrong. You
Big
know
time.
what I'm saying? So I know you don't have that kind of character whereas though that need to be enforced on you. So yeah, I stand up for anybody who I know and think is being treated unfairly. It's just like that. You as an individual have to be the law for real. You know what I'm saying? So you have to stay in a sovereign space that you can be the law.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And big ups to Tommy Tuts.
Yo, what's
yes,
good?
Yes, sir. Now, like you said, you know, there are a lot of people that did things that we didn't hear nothing about. For instance, Minnie Cox. Who heard of Minnie Cox?
Minnie Cox.
Okay.
I heard the name before, but I'm with you. So yeah, I got a little bit of kick under me. But yeah, kick it.
Okay. After Minnie Cox, the first black female postmaster in Mississippi was pressured out of her post, President Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, continued to pay her salary. And he punished the town that pressured her out of her post by rerouting their mail 30 miles away until they gave her back her position. See, that's leadership.
Right. And that's a boss.
That's a boss.
You understand?
That's a boss. That's what. Now, another person that I talked about, I'm glad I mentioned Minnie Cox, was Ida B. Wells. And Wednesday, I stated and emphatically stated that Ida B. Wells was a badass. Because Ida B. Wells was one of the first black people to stand up against lynching. You know, and I tell you, there were way more lynchings in America than anyone had really thought. Much more, and that's actually no surprise. Way more than has been documented.
Right.
Nearly 4,000 black men were lynched in the South prior to the Civil Rights Movement, hundreds more than previously thought, according to a new report released by the Equal Justice Initiative on lynching in America. EJI, the Equal Justice Initiative, documented 3,959 lynchings of black men in 12 southern states between the end of Reconstruction in 1877 and 1950, which is at least 700 more lynchings in these states than previously reported. Okay, that's what's been reported. Damn near 4,000.
I mean, how can you kill somebody and get away with it? Not only kill them, but lynch them. That's I mean, these are human beings that they're talking about. Color ain't got nothing to do with it, but it really has a lot to do with it because
because
people that's what it's being done to.
Right.
And you know, I feel some kind of way really about that. I feel pain that, you know, I feel their pain. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it.
Right.
So that when I feel it, or when you feel it, it's a different. You know what I'm saying?
You get a different reaction.
Really, right.
Different.
You gotta understand. Sometimes these people are looking at some of these black men that's holding back so much rage that, you know, once it bubble out, it's going to be a shock to America.
Right.
So, I mean, America, get ready because I can
you
feel
know what?
I'm not a violent person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to be done through the legal change and correctly. So, yo.
You know, to be conscious and have any real knowledge of our history is to be in a state of perpetual anger.
Right.
You know,
and hunted.
And hunting, right? Because that's what we're doing.
Right, and being hunted. They hunting us.
That's what they do. Yeah.
And
you know, and if they get a chance, they're gonna kill us.
Right.
That's word.
So,
one of the things like you were saying about lynching, let me say this, okay? And I say this about slavery. As bad as you thought it was a hell of a lot worse. As bad as Jim Crow years were, as bad as you thought Jim Crow years were, It was a lot worse. Now, you heard about the lynching, the segregation. You can't ride in the front of the bus. You can't ride on the train. You can't go in certain stores. You can't eat at the lunch counter.
Burning down churches,
burning down churches,
raping
bombing,
killing kids,
raping
I mean,
men, women, and children.
That was savage. That's savage activity. That's
Yes.
savage.
Yeah, a savage genocidal
That's
activity.
savageness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And think of this, all right? They would lynch a black man. First of all, they would lynch a black man, show up in their Sunday best. Don't get it mixed. It was not the Ku Klux Klan that was filling up the whole town square when a black man was lynched.
right,
It was regular white citizens
right.
that would spur the violence on a rumor.
It was entertainment to them.
It was entertainment.
You know?
They took pictures and made postcards, sent them out to their relatives and friends, and hey, look what we did last week. We caught one of them and we hung him. And we cut off body parts. We cut off his ear. We
Not
cut off
only
some of
that,
his fingers.
They would barbecue and eat.
Yeah.
They barbecue.
You know,
So it's
the
like,
liver and the kidneys were prizes at these barbecues.
now just think what kind of mentality you have to have. You have to be. You have to have.
Savage,
No.
sense of humanity.
Yeah, but it's conscious.
No conscience. Yes.
No
yes.
conscience.
No conscience.
Now,
That something
so
don't
that-
bother your conscience
Right.
at all.
Now, if you think about it, this is was your tradition taken on by this United States government to make this an okay thing.
Right.
These people couldn't be charged and didn't care about being charged
No.
because it was a law that said that they can do that.
Right. Right.
So that's where our problem lies at the beginning, and no one ever goes after the government and holds the government responsible for all them slaves and people that was killed. You understand?
That's right.
So it's deeper than the Ku Klux Klan. The
Oh,
Ku Klux
yeah.
Klan is in the government and they run the government, but the government is the main source of
The power.
Right.
You know, and I'll tell you something else they did. They would skin a black person. I mean, they would rip their skin off, and they would take that skin and they would make products with it.
Cheers,
sandals,
pocketbooks.
shoes. You know,
When you go as far as the skin of a human being, like, I mean, yeah, you got hunters that's out there in the Africa and the gaming world of animals and shooting to hang, deer, stuffed deers and stuff on it in there for their gaming, hunting. You know what I'm saying? These are real hunters and they do it as a game and a practice in case anything happened for survival. Yeah, I understand that. But just to go and just go kill, like animals don't even kill just
for
to
fun.
kill.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying. This is the gene that the humans has been injected with to just go kill for a sport. No matter if that person got a family, this person got a family, who's in that family to come back and get you. You don't know who is what with who. So,
and you know what? And this is the crazy especially when you talk about them not having a conscience.
Right.
Okay. A lot of times, the upcoming lynching was announced in church by the town minister.
Right.
These people were religious. Okay.
They was Christian.
Yes, they were Christian.
Yes.
They were Christian. And this was to them was the Christian thing to do because they did not consider us human. And many of them still don't. Do you know that in the medical field, that many medical students, white medical students, actually believe that black people have thicker skin, therefore we don't experience pain in the same way as white people? Is that ain't the craziest mess I ever heard? And look, I know my man Vaughn on here. Me and Vaughn both will tell you quick. Don't come at us with no needle. I hate needles. That crap hurts. That's word. I can't stand getting a needle. I don't like it when they take my blood. I don't care if they're giving me a whatever for whatever.
Right.
I hate the needle because it hurts. My skin is thick and I'm black. That crap hurts. And you know what? The crazy thing with that is what happens with pregnant women, with our women. That's the crazy thing, because they believe that our women don't experience pain. They won't give them painkillers, or they'll say they're exaggerating. If anything, we got to step up as black men when it comes to our women in every facet, because our history shouts the black woman has been key to our survival in the oppressed African colony in America. Who possesses the eloquence to sufficiently express how important our Nubian queen is and has been to the black man in America? She is our mother, our primary nurturer, and first teacher. She is our sister. She sacrificed her dignity, body, and soul to save us from the master's wit and noose. She is the most suitable woman for marriage. For who else can understand our frustrated, oppressed spirit and soothe our tattered soul? The Nubian queen is the field from which the black man must produce our future. It is for the aforementioned reason the black man should become incensed whenever we see black women not afforded the respect and dignity commensurate with her contribution to our survival as a people. This is the Open Eye.
Nsoromma,
Patrice Gibbs.
WHGE 95.3 FM.
Thanks for joining us. Everybody in there, Sister, Queen Ruth Baker.
Queen Ruth Baker.
Yes, indeed. One of our village queens who has taught many of us things about who we are.
Right.
That's what WHGE 95.3 FM.
Yo, James, what's good? Ain't nothing. Yo, DJ Ryan G, what's good? Hey, what's happening, son? That's up. I ain't see you when you start riding. Yo, good tuning in. Yo, Pig. Yo, I see. Brazilian.
Hey, Tracy.
Trans. I gotta get it. Yo. What's good? Tommy Tuck, Buddha Gun. Hey, yo, what's up, Tommy Davis? You good? Ain't nothing. Alright. Open Eye Radio, boy. Big. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yo, the thing is, the show is about his black history. And we tuning in and telling you, some information that you may not know and you may know. If you got some stuff that you want to link us up with and educate us with, hit us up. Hey, yo, I'll be reading you. I see you right now. So, yo, participate and be part of and be the solution to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it goes.
All right. And Tracy Johnson said, hello, King. Hello, Queen.
Yo.
Glad you're joining us. I got a lot of information from that sister. Very knowledgeable. Really appreciate her efforts. Putting it in.
Yeah.
WHGE 95.3 FM, The Open Eye, with Nsoromma and Patrice Gibbs.
Yup.
That's where. Well, I got to tell you, since it is Black History Month, I got to tell you about an opportunist.
A what?
An opportunist.
An opportunist. You know that's going in the slang scenario. I'm going to borrow that and going to give you credit and everything. You know
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yo.
An opportunist is a black person,
right,
who claims to be a conservative and a Republican and this, that, and the other, and does things that will please the white master and that he can profit from. So, he takes the opportunity to be coonish.
That could be a woman too. Kamala Harris. Oh, God, I'm just messing with you. You always say that.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I only said that. I'm playing.
Yeah. He's just kidding, Delaware.
He's so
just
big.
kidding. He just
Nah,
kidding.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Austin Chen.
Austin Chen.
I think that's how you pronounce his name. Chen or Chang. Is a black man, a Michigan businessman.
Uh-huh.
And he is the first Republican to announce his intention to challenge popular Democrat Gretchen Whitmer for the office of governor in the Great Lakes states, Michigan. Chang, a black man, announced on his Instagram page that if elected, he will counsel Black History Month in Michigan. See?
And is he counseling it for longer teaching of Black history, or is he counseling it to eliminate it from the curriculum of, everybody?
Well, what he says is it's offensive, unfair, and might even be illegal. Americans from all backgrounds deserve a revered history. I'll declare American History Month. I think American History Month is January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Yeah, he's thinking of, he wanted in the curriculum.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel that way too. If you finish saying what he was saying, you know what I'm saying. So most definitely, Black history should be taught everywhere.
Right, but that ain't what he wants.
From the kindergarten up to college,
up through college.
But that ain't what he wants.
That ain't what he
wants.
wants.
Like what you said he wanted.
But what he wants,
man. See you have. With the way they talk, man, you
well,
think that they for you, and then at the end of it, at this last line, they say, "Get in."
Yep. What he's doing is he's appealing to white racists who always say, "Well, why we have a Black History Month and not a White History Month?" Because when you say, "I'll declare
White History World,"
right? When you say, "I'll declare American History Month," by default, when you say American, you mean a white person. That's by default. And he put that out on his post, and of course he got some supporters.
Everybody got that 1%.
Oh yeah. One supporter said that they were very impressed that he said it out loud. Yeah, counsel that. We all Americans. None of us are better than others. Oh yeah. Like I said, this ain't nothing more than opportunities.
I don't recall really Black people saying that we're better than others.
We've never done that.
We are the ones that's being attacked.
Right.
And we're the one that's under the radar to be killed. And there's no other race that's out there that's being targeted like the Black people. So that's what we're saying. Are you being killed for just being pulled over from a blinking light that don't work when they just turn signal and get in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see no other race being done like that.
No.
So that's where we are, and that's what we're talking about in certain situations.
And of course he gave up the great conservative line. He's going to cut spending in America. And we always know that's a crap. The only time they want to cut spending when it's going to be doing something for working people, poor people, and middle class people.
I mean, how can now this is the thing about the economy. How can we be in what 14 trillion, $32 trillion worth of debt, and you got one family that's $700 trillion in wealth in America? How that sounds? You know what I'm saying? It don't sound right.
No, it don't.
Okay, so it's other stuff going on with inside that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
How can one family be more than America?
Because what happens is that the rich are allowed to hoard this money. They keep saying, "Oh, we need tax cuts. We need tax cuts for the 1% so that this money will trickle down." Well, guess what? When a 1% rich white man trickles down, he's trickling down pee. He pissing on you and telling you it's money. You damn fools. I'm a student of history.
Okay.
I look at their history as well as ours.
Right.
Okay. And I was learning about the fall of Rome.
Right.
And it sounds pretty bad, And, a plague resulting in labor shortage and bad military leadership. Christianity mattered more than the government. There are multiple civil wars and infighting. Decisions created that benefit the rich more than the poor.
Wow. That's going to sound
But
like
wait a minute, though. What that sound like?
Is this here?
What that sound like?
Louis name, boy.
Damn.
That's what they say
I
too.
will
You
not
know,
defeat
that's a true
the-
statement. History
Yeah.
repeats itself.
Yep.
Only you see it only when you do study your history.
Right.
If you never studied your history and know what happened back then to see what you're living in right now, you would never recognize it. You would never recognize that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what. One of the things that, with our form of government, you have to understand that in a capitalist society, there must be some level of socialism to offset the predatory nature of capitalism. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
Socialism is the fire department saving your house.
Okay.
Capitalism is the insurance company denying your goddamn claim.
Okay.
That's why it has to be offset. Look, if you voted Republican because you fear socialism, live your truth. Don't BS us. You fear socialism. Do not accept no more Social Security checks. Turn in your Medicare or your Medicaid because you fear socialism, because those are socialist entities, socialist benefits. Avoid public beaches, parks, and libraries because that's socialism. Do not allow your children to attend tax-supported schools or take advantage of food programs. Drive only on toll roads where you pay, and do not call 911 unless you intend to pay for their services because you're afraid of socialism. So many of us just, don't educate ourselves on this. Man, I'm telling you, it's just.
Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, it's just ridiculous that, and I tell them all the time,
What?
don't be a chicken working for Colonel Sanders, because that's what some of them are. Most of them. If you're a poor or working class person, black, white, or otherwise,
Right.
Okay,
Right.
know that conservatives do not have your interests at heart. They never have. I'm gonna break that really down for you later on.
Okay.
I'm gonna break that really down for you later on. They don't have your interests at heart. When you get people like the Orange Disaster, who of course is being impeached. The vote is coming up for the impeachment.
Well, I really seen the whole I seen the foreseen future of this whole situation with the Trump administration. Nothing's gonna happen to that man.
Oh no!
I'm just betting. That's just the way it goes.
Right?
You cannot believe it or whatever. Even if they say, "Yo, we did this to him," nothing's gonna happen to this man.
No, because see, they need 2/3 of the Senate to vote for impeachment.
And he owns 3/3. So
the Republicans, they're gonna let it go. The Republicans already letting you know, and they should be voting now. And I'm telling you something.
We shouldn't be surprised with that. That shouldn't surprise us.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Did you see that sister?
Which sister?
The one, she was one of the impeachment managers. She's from the Virgin Islands.
No.
Stacey Plaskett.
No, I didn't.
On top of being a gorgeous sister, she's smart as a whip.
Oh.
Did I mention she was gorgeous?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, anyway,
tell me,
let me calm down here. And I hear what you were saying. Now look, Bin Laden,
right?
No matter what you believe, Bin Laden didn't fly any planes, but he was held responsible. Charles Manson never killed anyone, but he was held responsible. Hitler did not operate the death camps and the gas chambers, but he was responsible. Trump didn't storm the Capitol, but he sure as hell was responsible because he sent them. And you know what?
What?
It was
all the people that you just said other than Trump is dead.
Yeah.
So why he didn't get attacked and put under the gun? I mean, you gotta understand.
He need to go in the gas chamber or get the lethal injection or something.
He
because
is
he's
the
a traitor.
prime look of the American government. Nothing's going to happen to him.
Mhm.
He is the face of the United States government. Instead of having that bird up there, they
Mhm.
want to replace that and put Trump's face.
That's what the insurrectionists want to do because they worship him.
Yo,
You know?
that's incredible.
That's where, and you know, I saw one of these, and something else I meant to say, but I lost my train of thought on that.
Okay.
But I saw one of these Trumpsters,
Right.
and they said, "How come, you know? Okay, so you know, you got your boy in the White House, Biden. You know, how come y'all don't have hats with Biden on it, and you're not wearing T-shirts that say because we don't worship Biden." That's y'all thing. Y'all worship this fool. You're in a
First
cult.
of all, right. There is only a job. That is a
Right.
position in a corporation. He is only the president that's just running a corporation. So, I mean, if he handled his business right, America would be all right. For the 8 years Obama was in there, you didn't really hear or go through all of this injustice and racism so openly. Now that you know you had the face of America in there and said, "Yo, we don't gotta hide no more, and we can do what we want." They ain't human. How you gonna say a person ain't human? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean that
Because
in
you're
itself,
in your mind, you're inhuman.
that in itself. I got 2 eyes like you, 2 feet like you, everything exactly the same except I got a melon to me, but I'm not human.
Right.
That's the thought of that. You have to be an insane person to be thinking like that anyway.
You know, and at this point, the only reason left to support the orange disaster is that he reflects your hateful heart. He shares your contempt of people of color and black people, your hostility towards any outsiders, your toxic misogyny, your ignorant bigotry, and your feeling of supremacy. That's the only reason left. Who was it? Oh, that's what I was going to say. Kevin McCarthy, Congressman Kevin McCarthy. Saw a report that came out yesterday where during the terrorist attack, the white supremacist terrorist attack on the Capitol, he called Trump and said, "Hey, look, man, you gotta come out and say something, make these people stop." And the actually said, "Well, they're not my people, they're your people, they Antifa." He said, "No, they're not. They Proud Boys and what's that other group? Whatever it is, you know, the white supremacist group. Proud Boys and neo-Nazis and this, that, and the other. These are your people." And the orange disaster told Republican Congressman Kevin McCarthy that, well, maybe they care more about the election than you do. Well, that made him mad, and he asked him, "Who the F you think you talking to?"
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And then here's how weak McCarthy told himself to be. He turned right around and voted not to impeach the orange disaster.
Listen, he just warned him just now.
Right.
That wasn't who the F you talking to just to be saying it.
Right.
That was a warning.
That's what it was.
You understand?
You know?
Who you talking to?
Hold on. What?
Come on, man. Now, for you to just say certain words, that's like you talking to a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you, being a parent, you understand certain language and expression.
Of course you do. And your kid know when you come out with some stuff that you made certain, oh, did you hear what that sound? Yeah, you know, you better straighten them fly right.
And I was going to say something about, you know, America going to the far wing right for Martin Luther King instead of Malcolm X. Right? Now, my thing is, okay, you have a person that can control all of these people and at the drop of a dime, if you want war, it could be war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you have Martin going, we want peace. We want peace. We don't want none of that. But America picked him only because he was saying that.
Okay.
If Malcolm, if they had picked Malcolm, and Malcolm was by any means necessary, let's get this done.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If we got to do whatever we got to do to make this happen and to flip this over to make it flip for the right way for us,
Mm-hmm.
let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would have never had him in there with that attitude.
Oh,
like
no,
that,
no,
of
no,
course. You
no.
understand?
Yes,
Oh,
I definitely understand.
So,
see, what I also understand is this, right? Now, they would, okay, the Martin that America celebrates was not the Martin that lived. Because at the end of his life, okay, before he was killed, the last couple of years of his life, and the day before he died, Martin was considered the most hated black man in America.
Because he started talking like Malcolm.
Yeah.
He started acting like Malcolm.
Yeah.
He started injecting the by any means necessary in his campaign. And then when that came down, and you know, it went through the chains of command to the killer who did it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, well, of course, what happened, as long as he was talking about riding on the bus or sitting next to you in the theater, everything was everything. When he started talking about redistributing the wealth, when he said, we coming for our check, and he said,
Wasn't nothing cool with them, man.
He got to go. He got to go. You start talking about messing with the money, you got to go.
Wow.
And that's so now. You get up there with the wrong talk, start talking about redistributing the wealth, watch your back. Watch your back. You start talking about black economic empowerment, watch your back. That's word. Because look, here's just this is real crazy about this, all right? We got plenty of black people that are economically successful.
Right.
But they're insular with it. Okay? We got Hollywood stars and athletes and businessmen and this, that, and the other, entertainers and so on and so forth. Okay? And they're safe as long as they don't spread that wealth, Nipsey Hussle. You feel me?
Of course.
Nipsey Hussle, what he do? He was buying up the neighborhood, empowering black people in his community. He had to go. I don't care who they got to do it.
Of course.
They might have got another black man to do it. And, you know, he's, you know, they're fooling people like, yeah, he was just jealous of him and Nipsey Hussle and so on. No. That was a hit on that brother for his ability to empower black people. Now, why is Black Death so damn popular? Why is it cool for us to rap about killing each other? I get it. It's just entertainment, right?
It ain't cool to rap about killing a white person.
Oh, that was my point.
You put that on the radio.
That's right.
I mean, you can see the ingest and the offset of the scale on the way it is in our world right now.
Why can't I rap about killing Jews and cops and politicians and it be considered just entertainment?
Nah, because we own the station, we own everything you doing it on and doing it with. So we don't want to hear that.
That's right.
We want to hear
and some of y'all cringe just when I said that. But if it's just entertainment, why does it matter? Who made Black Death a cool thing to glorify? Who made it cool for us to celebrate our own destruction? You think about it. And you know what? In the meantime, listen to this. Nsoromma.
Crank that. Yo, what's good? Hey, LJ, what's good? Listen, Lee, Rochelle, Thomas, what's good, sunshine? You need a king, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing pretty, but we gotta get to the nitty. Look, word across the floor, take your daddy gritty. Design a plan to prevent the fall. Pull a youth to the light, snapping from the door. Politicians is decommissioned in opposition. Closed talks, no sinners here, it's only prison. Determined to make it happen in the corrupt way of living. Given the circumstances, take what's given. Law enforcement, no questions, only killing. How you gonna question me? I ain't the villain. And right across the street, they run into the trap building. It's not only drugs, it's building with gun filled in. Blind policy enforcers not even looking. Lock the wrong one, make good booking. Car right next to
Yo, I
me.
got you, Tracy.
Yo,
Yeah,
streaming all platforms. Got a gun, but the aim ain't steady. It's just going one, someone innocent son. Plans for a fool, gotta bury another one. Yo, that should be Delaware and every city national anthem.
Mm,
That happens all over. In
mm.
every city and every ghetto.
Big ups.
Snatching from the door.
Mm.
Community destroyed by distorted communication. Backpedaling, never settling. Every corner and every ghetto witness nation facing the fact is fastest faces really racist, making dirty moves in all levels and high places. Get that, flip that, pitch that. Yeah, you know I'm with that. Gunpowder, white powder, the Black Lives Matter, 22nd century. Right now we live in history. Open your eyes and realize and stay strong mentally. When you want a fact track, I hope they mention me. Delaware, everywhere. Bad news, good news, no matter, because we never lose. We make an opportunity. Yo, Patrice. Thank you, brother. What's up?
Nsoromma with the flow.
Hey, yo, just drop a little team.
Just drop a little thing.
Yo, what's good?
Now, you know, I got to go back to this. And I got something else, too.
What?
I got to find it. I hope I brung it. But at any rate, imagine being so stupid that you look at this treasonous, traitorous, totally corrupt, self-serving, ignorant clown, this racist, semi-literate moron who will sexually assault his own daughter, pathological liar, feeble-minded, morally bankrupt, constitutionally illiterate simpleton, a bloated nitwit with cotton candy hair,
A bloated
nitwit, radioactive tinted skin, and obese disfigurement, and think, now this is a guy I really admire. How damn dumb can you be to feel look at that fool and say, yep, that's the guy for me.
You gotta understand, America prays the bad guys.
Yeah.
You have to be the bad guy in America.
You know, that's what you got to do. Hey, Jesse James, man, he was really, you know, Jesse James should have been president. We couldn't get him, but we got the orange disaster. You idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't bring it.
You ain't bring it.
Nah, it's cool though. Because I had, silky. It's all good.
It's good.
Because you know what? What time is it? 5 or 12, y'all?
Oh, yeah. You know, we talking. We
just be flowing. We just be flowing. You know?
What? It's on there.
Nah, it ain't over there, but that's all right. We'll just keep talking until I might still have it. If I do, I'll break it down for it. If not, I just bring it next week. But
well, I was Miss Hughes was good. It's good.
Miss Hughes in the house.
Yeah, I mean, she always tune in.
All right.
She always
Appreciation.
and she dropped off a newspaper article, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was telling us basically it was the history and the creating of the Black voice and the music industry from the South, and it created like from the South, and they had. It just had so much information in it. I left the article. I was going to bring it and, you know, put pieces out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, yeah, thank you for that, Miss Hughes. I'm going to probably do it next Saturday.
Much appreciated, Miss Hughes.
Most definitely.
That's
I was in a rush. I was boom.
Well, let me kick this to y'all. You know, I've kicked it before, but like I said, you learn by repetition.
Right.
The experience of Black people in America is completely, absolutely, and totally unique. Blacks are the only non-immigrants. We were invited here. A dubious invitation, no doubt. Okay? But we are the only non-immigrants in this country. Because not only were we invited here, but some of us was already here when the European got here. Blacks are the only people who came here by force. No other people were packed in the holds of slave ships like cargo for months in filth and human waste and disease, millions being lost en route. No other people arrived on American shores to see their women raped and defiled, their men stripped of their manhood and any semblance of dignity. No other people had their heritage, culture, religion, name, and the most unifying force of any people, their language brutally beaten out of them by the slave master's lash. No other group of people suffered the horrors of plantation life, working from can't see in the morning to can't see at night under the overseer's lash. Being forced to watch the slave master hang a young pregnant woman, a young pregnant slave woman. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the savage.
Yeah. Hang her from a tree branch by her feet, her swollen belly slashed open with a sword, and the unborn child brutally snatched from her womb. And then they would take bets on which one would die first, the woman or the child.
Oh,
if the woman died first, they would crush the child's head with the heel of their boot. And this was done to instill fear in the other slaves. Northern people saw their families torn asunder, their children sold off at the whim of the slave master. Often the children that he sold off was his own damn children from the rapes that he committed on the plantation. No other people suffered the indignities of Jim Crowism, segregation, discrimination, second-class citizenship, and legally sanctioned oppression. No other people have been terrorized, not only by the Ku Klux Klan, like we told you earlier, but by marauding groups of whites who could be stirred to violence on the strength of a rumor and rampage through black communities, indiscriminately committing violence, destruction, and murder with little or no fear of ever being brought to justice. No other people have been lynched, castrated, and mutilated. No other people have been systematically denied the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in America but black people. By all rights of human nature, black people in America, especially those of us who know our history, should be angry, bitter, and murderously vengeful. It is a miracle of the Creator that we are not.
And that's what I was saying.
It is a miracle that we are not. And like I always tell you, destiny decides who enters your life. You decide who stays.
That's right.
All right? Therefore, value those who value you, and don't treat those as a priority who treat you as an option.
I'm Nsoromma.
Patrice Gibbs, WHGE 95.3 FM. This has been the Open Eye.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, yo, what's good? Thanks for tuning in. Yo, Thomas at the door. Let me go see what's good with it.
All right. Thanks for joining us. All right, Donald Farrell. I got that quote for you, Tracy. I will have that for you. All right. See you next week.
Yo, you know what's good? Nsoromma in the building. Yo, we always have a good show. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And yo, drop knowledge, kick us up, hit us up. Hey, yo, Pat, let them know.